Wage negotiations for public servants have officially kicked off at the Public Sector Coordinating Bargaining Council. Public sector unions have tabled a 12% wage increase demand for workers as they look towards the 2025 financial year. They say the employer is only offering 3% so far, a move most have already rejected. SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi is at the Bargaining Council and he joins us live. A very good afternoon to you, Katlego. Very good afternoon to you, Katlego. Just give us a sense of what's being discussed thus far. Of course, both the union and employer, they're quite wide apart in what they're prepared to discuss.
Most definitely. A very good afternoon to you, Nompu, and to our viewers at home. This is a session that went on late into the evening last night as we see the workers and the employer just sitting on the same table to try by all means to kickstart this process in a faithful manner. We hear the workers saying that they're looking for a faith-based approach from the employer, something that would ensure them that at least they are listened to where their concerns are really concerned, or the issues are concerned. And we hear them saying that they're not finding each other as we speak right now. They want 3%, they want 12%, and the employer is only offering a 3%. And they're saying that really that won't work to move the workers in terms of their plight here. Here we're talking about teachers, we're talking about nurses, we're talking about doctors, we're talking about those in the public sector that have been really more or less struggling to make ends meet, as we hear from the unions that their members have been struggling over time. On top of it, they are worried about issues of job security. You know very well that it was earlier on in the week, last week actually, when we saw the Minister of Basic Education, Justivuyo Kwahube, talking about the looming job cuts in this public sector, where the teachers then also won't be employed for future posts that would exist within this space. So they want all of these issues to be thrashed out. They're looking for a security for their members where wages are concerned, but also worried about issues of jobs. We hear now that they're not finding each other. They've moved to a point, Nompu, of now really roping in a facilitator to come and try and help them find each other now. I'm going to bring into the conversation now Mr. Defo, who joins us now from the PSA. We know very well that you guys have thousands of your members that are looking towards this particular process here to come through for them. In the previous years, you've accused government of negotiating in bad faith, of reneging even on some of those issues that you've tabled here at the Bargaining Council. Maybe give us a sense of how are you approaching this one. This time around, are you hopeful that at least you'll find each other, as we hear that the employer has rejected the 12%, only offering 3%? Welcome to the SABC.
Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity to greet viewers at home. Look, we are forever hopeful as the unions. We tabled the demands that we have tabled for 12%, which we believe it's a fair amount or percentage that we need, considering the fact that when you look at over the last 5 years, cumulatively our members got a salary increase that is less 9% shortfall when you look at the projected CPIs. So it was on that basis then we said we need to deal first with that shortfall. It's only 3% if you look at what we then want if you deal with the shortfall. But we must say that the 3% that is offered by employer, it's rejected. It's something that does not even make us to want to come to the table and engage. We feel that employer has not really took us serious because if you look at the electricity, the water, the rates, the food prices, the fuel, all these increases, some are in the double digits. Therefore, the little increase that we want to offer, last year and a year before that, we got a very low increase for our members. And our members have not recovered. You'd remember that there was even a year that they did not get a salary increase. And we feel that government employees do not have a shop where they buy. They buy where everybody buys. They pay price that everybody pays. So it can't be that there are always the sacrificial lambs where the employer is constantly talking about poverty, when you feel that there are a lot of wasteful expenditures. I mean, we have reached a point where we really cannot accept that kind of offer. I mean, there are many of the demands that we put, and we think they are fair. I mean, one of those demands that we have put is that the employer must give permanent jobs to your educator assistants, police reservists, and community health workers. Some are on the 2,500, 3,000 allowance. And we have said they are not able to do anything. So that is actually exacerbated by the fact that the employer is unable to fill vacancies. The third issue we are saying, reinstate the performance bonus. Employees in government are now no longer receiving a performance on top of this chronic staff shortage, because they are supposed to work. We know that when people resign, employees no longer feeling they've been on this moratorium forever. Yeah. So we really cannot afford that our members are punished below what they've suffered. And just the last point is we are demanding that the employer must have bursary schemes for the kids and beneficiaries of the government employees, because they do not afford the school fees, because we know what they are paid. They are deemed to be too rich, but when it comes to the reality, there are this missing middle that we really need to address. It's our demand.
Therefore, thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the SABC. And as I said, they've now roped in the work of really a facilitator to try by all means to help them find each other. They're talking about a date that will be set up soon so that they try by all means to find each other. But you hear the workers saying that they're not budging on the 12%, and even saying that that 12% is justified looking at the struggles that the workers have had over time. And this is somewhat of an impasse as we speak right now, but they're all looking to the CCMA or a facilitator to come through and help them find each other.